Today we're gonna build a whole civilization in a castle. But this time with my sister. Hello guys! Where's the banner for the castle? Here it is. Okay, let's go.
Let's go!
Our goal is simple. Take this piece of land and turn it into an entire civilization in a castle. We're talking houses, farms, villages, a marketplace, defenses, a castle wall, a giant and beautiful entrance, and hopefully a functioning society. We are turning this empty piece of land into a whole civilization in just a castle. And we are doing it together. So let's build a kingdom. This is where from we are starting. And honestly, this looks terrible. But I had a vision. A giant stone fortress surrounding an entire civilization.
Oh, inside the walls, we'd have houses, farms, animals, and a marketplace.
Yep. Yay! It's basically a tiny medieval country.
And my house?
Yes, your house.
Yay! A big one.
No,
Why?
because we are building a civilization, not a mansion for you.
No. But I'm the queen.
You don't even have built anything.
I am supervising.
Oh no, this video is gonna be so long. Before we started placing blocks everywhere like two Minecraft toddlers, we needed a plan. The castle would have 4 main towers. Huge stone walls would surround the entire civilization. There would be one main entrance. Inside we'd have a central town, then farms around the outside, and right in the middle, the main castle.
And how much do we need?
A lot.
What things do we need?
The first thing we needed was stone, because apparently the medieval civilizations were allergic to wood. And coal, wood, and iron.
Huh? But you said no wood.
The wood is for farms and animals, because the medieval civilization was allergic to wood, not animals.
Oh.
Yep. So obviously, before we could build an entire civilization, we had to do one very important thing. Build a wall. Because what's the point of having a civilization if literally anyone can just walk into it? A zombie walks in, a creeper walks in, a random Minecraft sheep walks in, my sister, unfortunately, already inside.
Hey!
I'm kidding.
The wall is going to be huge.
Now I'm thinking, how hard can it be? The first problem was the amount of stone we needed. I thought we could just grab a few stacks and start building. No, we needed a lot. So we went mining, and when I say mining, I mean I entered the cave and immediately forgot why I was there. I started with one pickaxe, then another and another, and at some point, my inventory was basically 90% cobblestone. I had so much cobblestone that if somebody asked me what my favorite block was, I would have said, unfortunately, cobblestone.
How much stone do we have?
Enough.
How much is enough?
I don't know.
Then you don't have enough.
Why are you actually right? So while me and my sister were building these walls, I started thinking about something. Why are castle walls always so ridiculously big? Like, imagine being a normal person in medieval times. You wake up in the morning, open your door, and there's a wall that's basically touching the clouds. And you're just thinking, yep, the neighbors are having another construction project. And the funniest thing is, nobody ever asks who built the wall. Everybody just accepts it. Imagine if we did that today. If you wake up tomorrow and there's a 40-foot stone wall around your house, you go outside and ask your neighbor, hey, why is there a giant wall here? And he just says,
Security.
security from what? And the Amazon delivery guy, a very determined pigeon. I don't know. But honestly, I started realizing that building a castle is probably one of the most impractical things you can do. Because think about it, you're spending months collecting thousands of blocks just to build a giant wall. Then you spend even more time making the wall look nice. Then you put towers on it, then you put flags on the towers, and then you build a giant gate. And after all this, you still have to build a house inside it. So basically, a castle is just a house that got extremely insecure. Hey, I have a house. Oh, cool. But my house has walls around the walls. Oh, and towers. Why? Because I'm important. And that's basically what we were doing. Me and my sister were standing there placing blocks for hours, convincing ourselves that every single block was absolutely necessary. At one point, I looked at the wall and thought, there's probably a faster way to do this. And then I remembered I'm playing Minecraft. The entire game is basically doing things the slow way. You want wood? Go punch a tree. You want stone? Go underground. You want food? Go chase a cow around for 5 minutes. You want to build a castle? Congratulations, you just given yourself a second job. So to make the castle look more better and medieval, we decided to replace all the grass with wood because most of the medieval castles, most of the castles are usually medieval, and we're also making a medieval themed castle. So we're gonna replace all the grass in the castle with wood. Because we're building a medieval themed castle, we also need a medieval themed floor, because what's a medieval themed castle without a medieval themed floor? What? As we're building a medieval themed floor, we aren't gonna use any boring grass blocks. Instead, we will use some medieval themed wood to make it look more medieval. Okay, this is taking way too longer than expected.
At least it is starting to look like more and more like a civilization, maybe?
Yeah, a civilization with serious wood addiction.
Stop complaining and place the wood.
I'm not complaining, I'm just motivating the wood.
How can a wood block be motivated?
With a motivation speech, maybe?
If you had to give a motivational speech about wood blocks, how would you speak up?
I would say, wood, I'm replacing you with grass blocks to give a more medieval and fun feel to our civilization.
Okay, wood blocks are never gonna listen to you.
Whatever. Fine. Okay, so the walls and floors are finally done, which were a huge obstacle.
OMG, so beautiful.
Where's the banner for the castle?
Here it is. And now we're building the entrance. A grand, beautiful entrance which will really look like a medieval entrance. So we gotta keep adding more and more effort.
Although we have been building for 10 minutes, we haven't even made the civilization yet.
We gotta keep adding more details, and details. Keep working. Almost done, and adding the final details, and done.
Every civilization needs a place that holds everything together. A place where decisions are made, where people gather, and where the entire kingdom feels alive.
And for our civilization, this place is going right here.
Now we are building the most important structure in our entire castle, the central tower. When we started building this castle, it was basically just a bunch of walls and empty space. But now we are turning it into an actual civilization. We wanted the tower to be impossible to miss. It needed to stand above everything else and basically scream, "This is the heart of the kingdom!"
So naturally, we made it absolutely massive.
Because apparently, normal sized buildings aren't an option for us. We started with the foundation and slowly built upward, and honestly, the higher it got, the more the castle started to feel like an actual city. The tower wasn't just going to look cool from the outside. We wanted it to actually have a purpose. This is going to be the place where the most important decisions in our civilization happen.
Which means this is basically our Minecraft headquarters.
The heart of our castle is finally complete.
We have a kingdom.
But basically, nobody have anywhere to live.
A civilization isn't just about giant towers and massive walls. It needs people, and those people need houses.
So we started to turn the empty spaces in the castle into neighborhoods.
We don't want every house to look exactly the same.
Because imagine walking through an entire city and seeing the same house copy pasted 50 times.
That would be pretty boring.
So we're gonna give each house its own little personality. Sometimes a civilization needs more than just houses. We still need farms, streets, defenses, and a whole lot more. We started with an empty castle
And we're slowly turning it into a civilization. And this is only the beginning.
While I'm building these houses, let me tell you about something that happened to me that still makes absolutely no sense. So one day, I was playing Minecraft, minding my own business when I heard a zombie.
Okay, that's normal.
Yeah, except the zombie sounded like it was right next to me. I checked outside, nothing. I checked the basement, nothing. I checked the roof.
Why would a zombie be on the roof?
I don't know, I was scared. So I went back inside and kept playing. Then I heard it again.
Where?
Behind me. I turned around and there was a chicken.
What?
The chicken had been following me the entire time. I had spent 5 minutes preparing for a zombie attack.
And it was literally just a chicken?
And that's when I realized something very important about Minecraft.
What?
Never trust a chicken. Fun! Okay, now back to the work. The house is done and now I'm building a blacksmith. While I'm building this blacksmith, there's one thing I should probably mention.
What?
I don't trust lava.
Huh? Why?
Because lava has personally ruined my life in Minecraft. So one time I was mining underground and I found.
Wait. You're telling a story again?
Yeah, so.
Okay, but I like stories. Keep going.
So one time I was mining underground and I found diamonds and I was very careful.
Were you?
Absolutely. I carefully mined around them. I checked above. I checked below. I checked every direction.
So, how you die?
I mined the diamond and lava came from the one direction I didn't check.
No way!
Wait. I tried to run. I tried to place blocks. I tried to swim. I even started questioning every decision that had led me to that cave.
And your diamonds?
Gone. And that's when I learned something. Lava doesn't care about your diamonds. It doesn't care about your armor. And it definitely doesn't care about your feelings.
So, what are you saying?
I'm saying this blacksmith better have a very good fire safety system. Because if this place catches fire,
We're rebuilding a whole civilization?
yep. And after that lava did to me, I am not taking any chances. So after losing my diamonds to lava, you would think I learned my lesson.
Did you?
Absolutely not. A few days later, I found another cave.
Oh no, not this time again.
But this time I came prepared. Water bucket? Check. Armor? Check. Pickaxe? Check. I was ready for anything. I walked into the cave and immediately saw lava.
So you left?
Nope,
Why?
because there were diamonds right next to it. I thought to myself, I've beaten lava before, I know what I'm doing.
That sounds like the beginning of a disaster.
Yeah, it was. I placed water, the lava turned into obsidian, and I safely mined the diamonds.
So you finally won?
Not exactly. I accidentally broke the block underneath me and fell into the lava anyway.
Bro!
I survived with half a heart. I climbed out, I ate some food, and then I realized something. I had been carrying a bucket of water the entire time.
You're joking.
I wish I was. So that's why this blacksmith is going to have the safest lava in the entire civilization. The houses are done, the blacksmith is done, and half of the civilization is done. Maybe.
So, what are we supposed to do with this empty place?
We are supposed to build a garden here.
Oh, so pretty! It will make the castle look beautiful.
Since we're building a garden, I think it's time I tell you about my relationship with flowers in Minecraft.
Huh? Your relationship with flowers?
Yeah, and it started beautifully. I found a flower. I thought, wow, this is beautiful. I'm going to make my house look amazing. So I planted it.
Sounds normal.
Then I found another one, and another, and another. 5 minutes later, I had basically stolen every flower within a 5-mile radius. Wow! But then I made a terrible mistake. I gave a flower to a villager. He looked at me and walked away. Excuse me, I spent 10 minutes finding the perfect flower and this guy couldn't even say thank you. The least he could have said was, So I decided to build his garden instead.
To impress the villagers?
No, to prove that I don't need their approval. And there we have it.
A beautiful garden. Okay, what are we supposed to do now?
Now that we have all these buildings, there's only one thing missing.
Oh, I know. Paths?
Exactly, because apparently our villagers don't even know how to walk across grass. So I'm gonna make a one big path that will connect every building.
That sounds easy.
That's what I think too. You know what? The paths look simple until you actually have to use them. Because in Minecraft, the moment I see a path, I immediately think, I wonder where this goes. And then I follow it and follow it and follow it. And suddenly I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Why don't you just turn around?
Because now I need to know where it goes. So I keep following it. 5 minutes later, I have no idea where I am.
Classic Minecraft.
And then I have to make my own path back home. Which means I now have two paths. One that takes me somewhere and one that takes me somewhere I definitely don't want to be.
So, what's the lesson?
Never trust a Minecraft path until you build it.
And even then?
Still, don't trust it. But at least these paths are actually useful.
Hopefully.
While I'm building this farm, let's talk about one of the most important things in Minecraft.
Diamonds?
Nope.
Netherite?
Nope. Food. Because when you first start playing Minecraft, you think food is easy. You punch a tree, walk around for 5 minutes, and think I'll find food eventually.
And then you start starving?
Exactly. Suddenly, that one piece of bread becomes the most valuable item in your entire inventory.
More valuable than diamonds?
Absolutely. And then there's always that one moment when you're exploring far away from home. Your hunger bar is almost empty. You have no food. And then you see a cow.
Oh, no, no.
You start chasing it like your entire civilization depends on it. You miss your first hit, you miss the second, and somehow the cow is faster than you.
How are you losing to a cow?
I don't know, it's a very athletic cow. So that's exactly why we're building this farm. No more running around desperately looking for food.
Now we can grow our own.
Which means our civilization can finally feed itself. We've got crops, animals, and enough food to keep everyone alive. Okay, guys, our castle civilization is getting bigger and bigger, and now we're finally giving the most important citizens of this kingdom their own home. Yep, the horses! Because apparently, living in a giant castle isn't enough. These horses demanded luxury housing. So today, I'm building them a proper horse pen with fences, a stable, hay, and probably better living conditions than me and my sister.
Now, I'm gonna tell you the story of the legendary Minecraft horse. By the way, the story is created by my own self. So, once upon a time, in Minecraft Kingdom, far away, there lived a special horse named Bob. Bob was not the fastest horse, he wasn't the strongest horse, and he definitely wasn't the smartest. But Bob had one dream. He wanted to become the greatest horse in Minecraft history. Every morning, Bob would wake up, look at the other horses, and say, "One day, I'm going to become a legend." The other horses laughed. You, a legend? You can't even jump over a fence! Bob was determined, so he started training. He jumped over fences, he ran through forests, he climbed mountains, and he even tried swimming across an ocean. When he immediately regretted, one day, a Minecraft player came to village looking for a horse. He tested every horse in the village. Fast horse, too difficult to control. Strong horse, too slow. Tiny horse, he couldn't even see it properly. Then he found Bob. The players jumped on Bob and said, "Let's see what you have got." Bob started running. He ran across plains, through forests, over mountains, and straight toward a giant ravine. The players shouted,
Stop!
Bob did not stop. The players shouted even louder.
Bob, stop!
Bob jumped over the ravine perfectly. The player couldn't believe it. Bob had finally become a legend. From that day on, Bob became their kingdom's royal horse. But there was one problem. Bob became very confident. Every time the player wanted to ride him, Bob would look at him like,
Do you have an appointment?
and whenever someone offered him a saddle, Bob would say,
Sorry, I'm booked.
Eventually, the kingdom built a Bob, a giant stable made of diamond blocks. And Bob, he still prefers sleeping on a random grass block because sometimes even the legendary horse just want to become simple horse.
Oh, look at this! The stable is finally done! Look at my legendary Bobby Bobs! Fun! Oh, look at my Bobby Boys!
Now we are gonna give you guys in the middle of the construction tour.
Seems like the progress is not wasted.
So beautiful.
Now, let's build a secret bunker for our civilization in case as you know, our civilization is pretty big now. It has like so many houses and everything, but there's one tiny problem, or should we say, a big problem. Because what happens if something goes horribly wrong? A raid, a creeper army, a giant zombie invasion, or even worse, my sister gets angry because I stole her diamonds. So now I'm gonna build a secret bunker underneath our castle. And this bunker is going to be so secret that even I might forget where I put the entrance. Because this is a bunker, I'm gonna use strong blocks around the important areas. The bunker needs to survive basically every single invasion. Zombie attack? No problem. Skeleton army? Easy. Creeper? Hopefully not. And if my sister steals diamonds from me, I am permanently moving into the bunker. Oh no, we're under attack! Let's show these guys who they're messing with.
Run from here, or you guys will die! Don't come back! Run! Everybody run!
And almost done.
Done! Yay!
No, I'll just skip this all because this is just the bunker scene and this will be completed soon. Look at this, it's finally completed. Now we're gonna place some water around our castle because when we were under attack, the invaders were too close to our castle. And if we place water around our castle, they will not be able to reach our castle. That's called a war strategy. And if you're thinking why I'm not building a lava moat and why am I using water instead of lava, if I use lava, my whole castle will burn down. So that's why. Now that our water placing is done, we're gonna do some decorations and build a bridge, which will seem like a grand opening. Our entrance. Now let's make the water a bit beautiful from the inside. Now that that's done, let's reinforce the castle from the inside from the water. The castle is fully completed. Now let me give you a quick tour of our castle and civilization. Thanks for watching our video. Please make sure to like and subscribe because this took a lot of effort. Thank you very much for watching our video. And again, please subscribe.